this end user, that is the developer, they push the code to GitHub. Okay. Once they push it, now your job is started, because your target is deployment. Okay, your target is deployment, auto deployment. So let's see the flow. See, this is my GitHub, this is my Git. It is used by developer. They are going to upload index.html because their target is web server. So they are going to develop it and they upload to GitHub, because development is not possible in one shot. Number of times they are going to change their code. Okay. So once they upload to GitHub, where they are going to upload? In GitHub, your repository, right? Once it is reach in this repository, GitHub is going to push to Jenkins. Okay. GitHub is going to push to Jenkins. Now one question: how to make a relation between GitHub and Jenkins? How GitHub is going to know that in which Jenkins, where I am going to push? So we have to use web hook connectivity. Web hook connectivity means Jenkins credential we insert to GitHub and GitHub details we insert to Jenkins. That means they know each other. Fine. Once it is over, the code reached to Jenkins, but Jenkins is going to integrate with GitHub with the help of Git software. With the help of Git software. So we have to install Git software also here. So Jenkins plus Git on an EC2. GitHub by default account is there. We create one repository. And in between GitHub and Jenkins, we have to create webhook. Now how to create webhook? We are going to discuss it. Okay, what is the job of Jenkins? Test, build and delivered or deploy. Jenkins is going to test the code, build the code and then deliver it to next any tool or deploy, that is the endpoint. Deploy means in web server in this case. Now next, Jenkins is going to deliver to Ansible. Once the code reach to Ansible, Ansible is going to deploy to web server. Okay. So developer basically they upload their code, they push their code to GitHub and immediate they open one browser and try to check what is the result. That is website is configured or not, properly it is going to show the, that is the page location and others, everything is okay or not. They are going to check it. So whenever this developer they upload the code to GitHub, now from GitHub to web server it is automated. We have to automate it. Okay, no manual process. So as a DevOps engineer, this is your duty. We have to automate it. GitHub to Jenkins, Jenkins to Ansible, Ansible to web server. Deployment over. So what I have to do? In between GitHub and Jenkins, we have to create webhook connectivity. In between Jenkins and Ansible, we have to create SSH passwordless connectivity. In between Ansible and web server, we have to create SSH passwordless connectivity. So Jenkins is going to contact Ansible through SSH. Ansible is going to contact the web server through SSH. Basically, Ansible is going to use SSH. That is true. We already discussed Ansible master to server, SSH passwordless. But Jenkins is not going to use SSH. It is going to use another layer on SSH. Okay, SSH is the core layer in OS level, and Jenkins is going to use application layer, another one more plugins which is depends on SSH. So we have to know how to, we are going to create 3 instances, one Jenkins instance, one Ansible instance, and one web server instance. Then in Jenkins machine you have to install Jenkins as well as Git. In Ansible machine you have to install Ansible. In web server nothing, just Linux machine. Now in Jenkins, here we have to install Git, and then we have to configure so many steps. I already show you Jenkins installation and configuration, and then we are going to install publish over SSH. Then I add the Jenkins machine in SSH server. Today we have to add Jenkins server also, Ansible server also. In Ansible, under OPT, we have to write web.yaml, that is yesterday playbook. Okay, we have to store here web.yaml. As a DevOps engineer, this is our job. And Jenkins is going to push the index.html under OPT, index.html, which is developed by the developer and pushed to GitHub. So let's see practically. Git, locally Git is available from anywhere. We are going to use Git. GitHub, we have an account. We are going to create one repo. We have to create one EC2 instance and install Jenkins and Git. Another EC2 instance with Ansible. Another EC2 instance, just Linux server. In Ansible machine, we have to write our playbook. Under OPT index.html, from where it will come? Developer, they push it to GitHub. GitHub to Jenkins. Jenkins is push it to here. And then Jenkins is going to trigger the YAML code. We are not going to run manually. Jenkins is going to trigger this YAML code once index.html pushed over. So YAML is going to execute and YAML is going to configure. This is as a web server and this is the home page. So this process will take just few seconds. So developer is going to push the code and immediate he is going to check what happened. He is going to open using the public IP address of this web server. This is our process, this is our flow. Now operations. आपका काम नहीं है, आप डेवॉप्स में ये कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे, टूल्स काम करेगा वो. आपको कॉन्फ़िगर करना है, इंस्टॉल करना है, कॉन्फ़िगर करना है, पाइपलाइन बना के छोड़ देना है. ठीक है. अभी डेवलपर कब अपलोड करेगा, कब क्या करेगा मुझे पता नहीं है. मैं इसको बना के छोड़ दिया, वो जब चाहे अपलोड करे, काम हो जाएगा. ठीक है. सो दिस इज द स्टेप्स. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द फ्लो. Git to GitHub, GitHub to Jenkins, Jenkins to Ansible, Ansible to webhost. Developer push index.html file to GitHub from Git. Same code move to Jenkins, either Jenkins pull it or GitHub push it. You can choose any one. 2 options are there. Multiple options, not 2. On Jenkins server, test, build and deliver or deploy to Ansible, Ansible to web server. Or without Ansible also directly from Jenkins, you can deploy to web server. That is also possible. Okay. But if it is one web server single, then from Jenkins you can test it. But suppose web server is multiple web server, then we have to use Ansible. Jenkins triggered the playbook, which is on Ansible server, and playbook is going to install and configure web server on Linux or web host. This is clear, this concept, what is actual target. Now we have to fulfill this target. So for that purpose, this is your technical steps. Assume your GitHub account is ready, github.com. Launch 3 EC2, one for Jenkins, one for Ansible, and one for web host. On Jenkins, install Jenkins and Git. On Ansible, install Ansible. What are the configuration? First, webhook connection between GitHub and Jenkins. Passwordless connection between Jenkins and Ansible. Again, passwordless connection between Ansible and web host. Okay. Then we have to write one playbook. Where? In Ansible machine. Playbook job is same as yesterday playbook. That is httpd install, start the service, copy index.html, and then run it. In Jenkins machine, this is new for you now today. Install publish over SSH, already it is over. I show you in Jenkins class. Add SSH server as Jenkins. I show this one also. Today we are going to add Ansible also. This is the new options, and that is the most interesting. That is the project. We have to configure the item, which is known as, inside of Jenkins it is item, but synonym is task or projects or anything. Now technically we are going to launch time. When I launch EC2 for Jenkins machine purpose, okay, user data or bootstrap coding, we have to add these 3 lines. Jenkins installation time, I already show you. What is the execution, that is output of this? What is the effect? It is going to hostname as a Jenkins, hostname as a Ansible, hostname as a web. Because 3 machines you are going to manage. Sometimes we are going to puzzled, because here it is going to show in prompt, by default EC2 is going to show the private IP address. So if it is going to show Jenkins Ansible web, we can understand I am in which machine. Then GitHub Jenkins webhook connectivity. Steps are there. Account, security, API token, save. Okay, create it. Then in GitHub, we have to insert these options. This token here. We generate one token in Jenkins and paste it in GitHub. So GitHub Jenkins connectivity is okay. After that, passwordless Jenkins and Ansible. 2 steps. First step is generate SSH key. You already generated in SSH in Ansible class. So first step is generate and copy it. But here in EC2 you cannot copy it. We have to use, just check the content, copy it and paste it in your target machines. I am going to show you. Second step is, as a root user you have to allow. For that purpose, this is the configuration file, and in this in Jenkins machine I already showed this one, line number 40 and 60 or 65 maybe. इतना gap कहाँ से हो गया? Then restart the SSH. Now passwordless is okay. Now plugins, extra plugins, publish over SSH. We have to install it in Jenkins. Then in Jenkins, password based authentication, we have to add Jenkins as well as Ansible. Then this is task portion. Once this task is over, my job is over. But in Jenkins you are going to face one problem. When you run this, Jenkins is going to show one problem related to temp and swap space. So how to solve it? This is the way. And this here I show it how to solve it. Swap and this temp related issues. Within this, Jenkins temp and swap troubleshooting That video is there. Okay, you can check it. Now already I send you, I think, one video. Okay, I will check. This is just troubleshooting video, but another video is there, complete projects video. Okay, I already sent it. Okay, so let's try up to a, say I'm going to show you this SSH passwordless between Jenkins and Ansible. Check it. I'm going to show you part by part. You have to complete it fully. Check the video and then try to complete it. So let's create so I'm launching one instance. Jenkins, Amazon Linux, T2 Micro, key pair, CICD. क्या हुआ, कोई प्रॉब्लम है? आई क्रिएट वन की. हाँ बोलो बोलो. हाँ, जब तुम्हारा सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप का रूल्स अगर मैच हो रहा है तो पुराना वाला ले लो. अगर मैच नहीं हो रहा है तो नया बनाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, जो रूल्स है ना उसमें, अभी एक सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप है तुम्हारे पास, सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप 1, उसमें सिर्फ है SSH फ्रॉम माई IP, और तुम बना रहे हो एक वेब सर्वर, तो उसमें तो SSH के साथ HTTP भी चाहिए, तो नया बना लो. अगर तुम एक टेस्टिंग सर्वर ही बना रहे हो, वेब सर्वर नहीं, जस्ट टेस्ट करने के लिए, तो पुराना ले लो, उससे काम चल जाएगा. तो नेटवर्क सेटिंग डिफॉल्ट, I select AP South 1A, public IP enable, security group, CICD, security group, CICD security group, and I am setting all traffic from anywhere. It is just testing purpose, because in Jenkins, what is the port number? 8080. So if you didn't mention all traffic, then it is, you cannot access it. Then hard disk 8 GB, and I click on advanced details. This is not mandatory what I am doing right now, but it is a good practice. In this user data here, what I am going to use? This one for Jenkins purpose. So what happened? Automatically when instance is created, it is going to set the hostname as a Jenkins. Okay. Security group, CICD one underscore security group. Let's see. Your instance is created. Now we have to wait few seconds. Once it is running, still it is going to reboot, because in user data I mentioned one reboot. After setting the host name, your instance is going to reboot. Now it is running. Let's see. Public IP. CICD 1 PPK. I think this one. Still machine is not ready. Rebooting. Try to configure once more. EC2 hyphen user at. Now machine ready. And check it. Your host name is Jenkins, because we are going to create another one, Ansible. There it is going to show Ansible. So it is easy to find out that I am in Jenkins machine or Ansible machines. Okay. So in Jenkins machine, what is my target? In Jenkins machine, I am going to install Jenkins. Jenkins installation purpose, we have to use DNF update, Java version, I am not using any sudo. Sudo is possible, or sudo is mandatory if you execute this code as a bootstrapping code or user data, where I mention already, that Jenkins hostname related options. So right now we are going to install everything as a root. So DNF, Docker is not required. So I am going to execute this portion. Another code also there. I copy this one. Sudo shu hyphen vij.sh I sh j.sh. So what happened? It is going to install one by one Jenkins and Git. By that time I am going to launch another instance. This instance name is Ansible OS same T2 micro. Key pair I am using the same key. CI/CD 1 ppk, CI/CD -1, this one. And regarding networking, default, subnet, A or B, no issue, enable, security group, CI/CD 1SG, this one, 8 GB hard disks, advanced details in user data, or which is known as bootstrapping. For Ansible purpose, same code, just a name change. Paste it here and launch it. So it is completed. Jenkins, okay, Jenkins installation over, Git installation over, Java installation over through that script. Now Ansible machine. This is my Ansible machine. So let's connect Ansible machine and check it. What is the status? Check the name, automatically it is Ansible. In Ansible machine, what is my target? Ansible installation on Amazon Linux. Python version. Actually script also there, but I copy wrong option. No issue. One by one we will complete it. Control C. In this machine there was no Python. Python 3 is there, right? So here I mention either Python or Python 3. Pip version. Pip 3 also not there. So normally Python install, but pip is not installed. So install pip. How to install? DNF install pip. इसका भी शेल स्क्रिप्ट है, मैं भेज देता हूँ घर से, पूरा स्क्रिप्ट बना हुआ है. Then you just check your pip version. Now through pip is a package manager of Python. Through pip we are going to install Ansible, because Ansible develop in Python. Then you can check your Ansible version. So Ansible also installed. Fine. Within this I already mentioned what is pip. Pip is a package manager of Python. Now what is my next requirement?
Passwordless connectivity
Right,
SSH
right.
between Ansible and Jenkins.
So now passwordless connectivity between Jenkins and Ansible, and before that we are going to install this publish over SSH, then SSH passwordless, then add SSH server as a Jenkins and Ansible. Okay, let's see this portion. See, this is my Jenkins machine. So I am going to create my SSH password here, and I am going to copy to Ansible machine. See, my Ansible machine public IP or private IP, no issue. If I try to connect, because I am internally, right, SSH EC2 hyphen user at the rate the IP address, it is asking the password, and password also not possible because it is key, so permission denied. Okay, but our target as a root, sudo shu hyphen, as a root I want to SSH root at but there was no option, permission denied. So you have to create passwordless between SSH this Jenkins and Ansible. Okay, before that Jenkins machine is there, just copy the IP address because Jenkins installation over. So browser http we have to copy it, and in this is my Jenkins cat. So this is the password. Install suggested plugins. Now Jenkins to Ansible passwordless also. Let it be complete. Next class on Tuesday. Monday there was no class. Monday international holiday. ऑफिस में भी छुट्टी है. नहीं नहीं, देखो तुम्हारा क्लाइंट के ऊपर बेस करता है. क्लाइंट अगर यूएस का है उसका छुट्टी है तो मेरा छुट्टी है. ठीक है, क्लाइंट यूएस का है फिर भी कुछ प्रोजेक्ट में कुछ लोगों का छुट्टी है, कुछ लोगों का छुट्टी नहीं है. अभी हॉस्पिटल में अगर सब छुट्टी कर दिए एक दिन तो पेशेंट मर जाएगा, है ना। तो ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है। देखो आजकल कोई भी सर्विस 24/7, सब सर्विस 24/7 हो गया, ठीक है। और जो कंपनी जब कांटेक्ट करता है ना, वो भी 24/7 कांटेक्ट ही करता है। इसलिए ही तो शिफ्टिंग होता है, ABC 3 शिफ्ट में काम होता है। हाँ, दिन में सुबह में ज़्यादा काम नहीं होता है, जैसे देश के ऊपर डिपेंड। उसके बाद जब दिन होता है तो ज़्यादा लोड होता है, उस टाइम यहाँ ज़्यादा लोग रहता है। जो B शिफ्ट होता है नॉर्मली, US का अगर होगा तो। अभी देखो आगे आगे क्या होता है। अभी ईरान और US का अगर लग गया, हो गया छुट्टी। वो प्रेफरेबल है A B के लिए, ठीक है। लेकिन थर्ड पार्टी जो कंपनी होता है ना, उसमें कोई मैटर नहीं है, कोई भी जा सकता है। देखो, आई एम सेटिंग यूजर नेम जेनकिंस। क्यों ट्यूसडे क्या हो गया? मुझे तो कुछ नहीं है, मुझे एक दिन छुट्टी मिलता है, मतलब कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट डॉक्यूमेंट बना लूँगा, जो कुछ करना है वो सब रेडी करना है। ये जो आप लोगों को देते हैं ये सब बनाना पड़ता है ना। ये तो वर्षन 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 चेंज होते रहते हैं, ये कि नहीं एक बार बना लिया और चलेगा। कंटिन्यू अपडेट हो रहा है। क्या? नहीं, मेरा घर नहीं है, मैं घर में रहता हूँ। मेरा इस पृथ्वी पर कोई घर नहीं है। हाँ सच में, कलकत्ता में भी घर है तो वाइफ के नाम पे है। मेरा तो कुछ नहीं है ना। नहीं, दिमाग खराब होता है उन लोगों का जो फैमिली के साथ रहता है। लड़का कलकत्ता में काम कर रहा है तो क्यों आएगा यहाँ? अपना जगह, अपना खाना, अपना चीज़। हाँ। नहीं नहीं, कलकत्ता में, एक्सेंचर कलकत्ता में। और देखो, माँ और उसका जो लड़का लड़की जो भी होता है, माँ बच्चे एक साथ रहना चाहिए, ठीक है। क्योंकि मैंने जब मम्मी को खोया ना, पता चलता है मम्मी क्या होता है, ठीक है। अकेले कहाँ हूँ? मेरे मेरे घर में नहीं, नहीं, मैं रेंट में रहता हूँ। मेरे वो सब पसंद नहीं है। मेरा अपना खाना खुद बनाता हूँ, अपना लाइफ अपना स्टाइल है। मेरे साथ मेरे घर में बेड है, टेबल है, कंप्यूटर है। अकेला कहाँ हूँ? हाँ। हाँ, मेरा पार्टी भी थोड़ा अलग है। क्या? जिंदगी में नहीं पिया हूँ अल्कोहल, बीड़ी, सिगरेट, कुछ नहीं। मैं बंगाल से हूँ, मछली, चिकन, दारू कुछ नहीं खाता हूँ मैं। मैं नहीं खाता हूँ। मैं बंगाल से हूँ लेकिन मैं नहीं खाता हूँ। हाँ, टेस्ट किया मैंने सब कुछ। टेस्ट किया, लेकिन लोग क्यों पीते हैं मुझे पता नहीं चला। कर लो जो मन चाहे कर लो। देखो देखो, जिन ऐसा कुछ नहीं है धरती पर कि ये बुरा है ये भला है, ठीक है। अगर कोई काम से किसी का बुरा नहीं हो रहा है तो बुरा नहीं है, ठीक है। अगर तुम पी रहे हो, पी के तुम अपना फैमिली को डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हो तो वो बुरा है। अगर तुम बच्चे को खिला रहे हो, उसके बाद बचे हुए पैसे से तुम पी रहे हो तो ठीक है। बच्चे को नहीं खिला के तुम पी रहे हो, वो गलत है, ठीक है। किसी को डिस्टर्ब मत करो, अपने मर्जी से रहो, ठीक है। मैं कोई धर्म को नहीं मानता हूँ, मुझे विश्वास ही नहीं है, मेरे साथ कभी बैठोगे, क्लास का टाइम डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना है, ठीक है? तो मैं प्रूफ भी कर दूंगा आपको। धर्म वरम कुछ नहीं होता है, ये खेल है। आप देखो, आप उसी नशा में रहना चाहते हो। ये धर्मगुरु जो है ना, कोई नशा में रहता है। आप दारू, कोई न दारू के नशे में रहता है, कोई मानी के नशे में रहता है, ठीक है? कोई पॉलिटिक्स में नशे में रहता है, कोई लड़की के चक्कर में रहता है। ये अलग अलग नशा है लोगों का। यहाँ से निकालना है। ओशो को पढ़ो, गीता पढ़ो। मैं पढ़ता हूँ, मैं किसी को 100% फॉलो नहीं करता हूँ, लेकिन मैं फॉलो करता हूँ। हाँ, देखो, विच पोर्शन इज ओवर, इसके लिए संडे को आ जाओ, बैठेंगे, बात करेंगे, ठीक है? तब ना। देखो, पासवर्ड लेस करता हूँ, ठीक है? इसको देखो, एक ऑप्शन अच्छा है। इस बैच में जो भी है ना, सबको हिंदी समझ में आता है। समानता, समानता है, लेकिन समानता को भी हिंदी आती है। वो जब क्लास में आई थी, हिंदी आती है उसको। हाँ, तो मैं
हाँ
कभी
सर,
कभी हिंदी में डिस्कस, हाँ हाँ बेटा।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं है हिंदी में।
आप बहुत दिन से नहीं आ रहा है, क्या है? यहाँ नहीं है बेंगलोर में?
नहीं सर, बैंगलोर में ही हूँ, बस 1 घंटे की क्लास है ना, तो मैं काफी दूर से आती हूँ,
हाँ, राइट
तो
राइट राइट।
2 घंटे ट्रैफिक में ही लग जाते हैं।
राइट राइट, नहीं, कभी दिक्कत हुआ तो फिर कॉल करके आ जाना, अगर
हाँ
ऑनलाइन
सर,
में दिक्कत
वही।
हुआ तो, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
चलो, ओके, सो लेट्स चेक passwordless connectivity between Jenkins and Ansible. ओके, क्या करना है? नोट्स ने क्या बताया? ये पासवर्डलेस दो स्टेप में। जनरेट एसएसएच की, उसको कॉपी, ये तो ऑलरेडी आपने किया है एंसिबल और नोड मास्टर में, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन है स्टेप 2 में, रूट यूजर के लिए इस फाइल में जाकर चेंज करना है, राइट? चलो देखते हैं। दिस इज माई जेनकिंस मशीन। इतना जल्दी जल्दी निकल जाता है ये। sudo shu hyphen ssh कीजन, थोड़ा सा अलग है EC2 में, ठीक है? ssh कीजन, the key is generated where it is ls-l dot ssh inside of ssh. Which one? idrsa dot pub. hmm? We have to use cat idrsa dot pub and copy to Jenkins machine. But before that, one more job is there. Second step, vi slash etc sshd sshd underscore config. In this file, SENU line number 40, remove this hash and this prohibit password, press I, yes. And next one is line number 60 or 65 is there. 65, huh? In my notes I mentioned 60 but not 60. That is 65, yes. Password authentication, yes. Then save this file. And systemctl restart sshd. Okay. Now cat dot ssh idrsa dot pub. This is your key. We have to copy this key and we have to paste in this machine. So duplicate session. This is my Ansible machine. sudo shu ssh keygen, then vi slash etc ssh sshd config scnu 40g remove press I, yes, and line number 65, yes, and systemctl restart sshd, right? Now we have to copy this password to Ansible machine, where vi dot ssh authorized keys, copy it from ssh to up to this. Just right click, copy is over. Now we have to paste here. Press O and paste. Escape. हाँ, यहाँ सेव करके जैसे ही राइट क्लिक करोगे ना, मतलब राइट क्लिक करके मैं कॉपी में जाऊंगा और राइट क्लिक से ही कॉपी हो जाता है, यहाँ राइट क्लिक से ही पेस्ट हो जाता है, और कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता, ठीक है? So it is over. Once it is over, systemctl restart once more. Now Jenkins to Ansible, sorry, passwordless connectivity is okay or not? How to check? We have to copy the Ansible IP address, public or private, no issue. From here ssh root at EIP था, देखो एंसिबल में आ गया, मैं था जेनकिंस में, ठीक है? अभी ये दिखा रहा है एंसिबल में आ गया. ये पूछा नहीं, इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू आस्क एनी पासवर्ड, passwordless is over, so that is perfect. So in this way you have to create Ansible and web third machine, right? Now inside of Jenkins, if you go through the documentations, CI/CD first projects, what is our requirement? This passwordless over, so second passwordless also it is possible. HTML code, YAML code, publish over install, ये नहीं हुआ अभी तक. चलो इसको करते हैं, फिर सर्वर ऐड करते हैं, ठीक है? जेनकिंस में publish over SSH, how it is? This is my Jenkins machine. Is Jenkins machine में publish over SSH. So manage Jenkins, then plugins, available plugins, publish over SSH. Restart Jenkins. वेबुक वो दिखाया नहीं अभी तक। मैं हाँ एक कोई भी आगे पीछे कीजिए, कोई मैटर नहीं। जेनकिंस और पासवर्ड वेलकम 123 at। So as per documentation, I just install publish over SSH. Again manage Jenkins and click on system. We have to add Jenkins machine as well as Ansible machine as a SSH server. So scroll down, at the end SSH server add. But before that, in Jenkins machine, passwd as a root and password is welcome welcome. Sudo shu hyphen passwd password set it. Why it is important? Because here we have to mention server my Jenkins server name, host name, that is the Jenkins IP address, and it is public 13.233.111.102. Username root, and regarding password advanced use password authentication, this is password, that is welcome. And then scroll down, test configuration, it is success. Again add Ansible machine name, I am using Ansible, host name, that is Ansible IP address, copy it, public or private no issue here, but Jenkins should be public. Username root, password welcome, success, apply, save. So CI/CD, I didn't complete this one, Waybook. I completed second one, passwordless between Jenkins and Ansible. I didn't complete this one. This is same to same, right? Playbook, already playbook is there. We have to write it in Ansible machine. When I connect Ansible machine under OPT, VI through web.yaml. Okay. In Jenkins, I already completed this one and this one, right? Now I have to continue this one, item. I'm just going to start it. I just show you, then you check the video, complete video, okay? Then you start it. Webbook also there, everything is there. Yeah, now time is over, another batch is there. So just item portion I am going to show you how to item purpose, new item. Then suppose this is CICD 1 and click on freestyle, then OK. This is pipeline. So freestyle pipeline, latter different. Now we have to configure this one, like it is git, then your GitHub URL, credential is not required, everything is mentioned within that documentations. If you check it within this item, what is my requirement? Publish over this, add over this one. From here, now create a job item projects from Jenkins. So when I create this item, first option is SCM, source code management. This is SCM. Git. I just click Git. Then URL of the GitHub. Okay, we have to copy and paste it. Then GitHub hook trigger, we have to use build trigger. After this, this is GitHub hook trigger, git SCM polling. Okay, then build, this is build option, build step. In build step, send file or execute command over SSH. So in build step, send file or execute command over SSH. Now what is my target? I am going to write one command rsync. Using this command, I am going to copy the index.html which is pushed by the GitHub to here, where I am going to copy to Ansible machine. Okay, so I have to choose this command is going to execute in Jenkins machine, and command is here r sync var lib Jenkins workspace CICD1 index.html, where I am going to copy root @ of IP address of Ansible machine. Okay, IP address of Ansible machine, and then :/opt. So it is going to copy this index.html from this location to next machine. Fine, this is our one job. Next, post bill action, that is when it is copy over. Then what should I do? I am going to trigger the playbook which is in Ansible machine. So how it is? Here it is post build action. In post build action, send build artifact over SSH. Where it is? Send build artifact over SSH. Okay, this time we have to mention which machine. This is in Ansible machine. This command is going to execute on Ansible machine, so you have to choose the Ansible, and then here only Ansible playbook, and your playbook name /opt/web dot, where it is available in Ansible machine. And if inventory is required, then we have to mention inventory. Right now up to this, and then apply and save. After that we are going to build it. Okay, so up to this you please check the video, try to understand the concept and try to complete it. Saturday Sunday is there, try to complete. If you are facing any problem, you may come Saturday Sunday, please try it. I am available. So at any time you have to complete these projects.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so please try it.
Okay. Thank you,
And
sir.
next meet on Tuesday, but in between you try this project, complete this project and update me. If you face any issues, anything, just knock me. Okay, okay, bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Samir, Naina, and one more. I'm waiting for another one, Babita. Okay, within 5 minutes we are going to start. Huh? Shubrat, you can leave.